what we have for you is something special. I've got persons here who have actually experienced the work. And so rather than talk about it, I want you to see Dorothy delivering the work to Winton Hanson. Now Winton has had some severe low back problems to the point where he's really walking in pain, serious pain. And I'm concerned about him, and it was either work on him next week, or I said, well, I need somebody to volunteer. And he said, let me at it. So he's here. And Winton is more than 60.
More than 70.
More than 70. Come on in, y'all. Have a seat. I'm glad to have you. So Dorothy will be illustrating the process. We're going to begin with someone who has actually experienced just the NST, the neurostructural integration. And he might talk about a couple other people. His name is Jonathan Julian, and I think you'll enjoy what he has to say. Come on up.
Hey, somebody left their wallet here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I first met Kent, a couple of years ago or so, and this was in Well Springs Supermarket. I turned around suddenly, knocked the poor guy over. He says, let me get your hand. He looks up and he says, don't give me a hand. Well, that sort of intrigued me, and we started talking. At that time, I had been going to a podiatrist for a Hill spur issue, 7 months. And this gentleman, nice guy, was sort of hinting about surgery, which really didn't enthrall me since I make my living standing on my feet. Go to Kent. That was a little strange. I went through 2 sessions, and lo and behold, number 1, I no longer have a Hill spur issue. Number 2, I no longer have to worry about orthotics, which was, to me, somewhat amazing. And I'm here to tell you, don't ever fall off a ladder. Last November, I was coming down the ladder. I didn't fall off the friggin' ladder. It took off on me. But after I got out of the ER, all sorts of x-rays and scans, they gave me some really great prescriptions for Vicodin, Oxycodone, and so forth. They're really nice stuff. I took one so I could sleep that night. That was on Sunday. I woke up loopier than whatever. I mean, I made it through the night. If I can make it through the night, I can usually make it through my day. But sleeping got to be a real issue because of significant discomfort. Granted, my wife was upset after the fall too because I cracked the concrete in front of the house. But I went to Kent. I figured I could spend this money on drugs and go around loopy, more loopy than I normally am, or go to Kent without the drug after effects. I'm not anti-drug, it's just that I prefer not to be loopy, particularly since I have to drive. And I got through the worst of it. It's equal to the drugs I took that first night, without the pain, without the side effects. And I would love to tell you I was pain-free. I wasn't, but I was pain-free enough to sleep. I fully credit the recovery, which for me I figure was about 10 days, to Kent's manipulation. Because the last time I did something that stupid, it took about 3 months. So that was pretty good. And then there's my mama. My mom was 96 and out of her gourd. And she had a fall, compression fracture of her vertebrae. And she has this really cool doctor who must really love his patients. Take a couple Tylenol in the morning, couple in the afternoon. Well, this poor lady was mighty uncomfortable. Even if she was my mother, she was still uncomfortable. And after going through this, I had made an arrangement with my family that I wouldn't come between her and her doctor. But obviously the Tylenol weren't getting it done. I was kept thinking about those old prescriptions, which I never filled, and said, lay this on her. But hey, he's just around the corner from where she is. So took her to Kent, and well, one of the things that also came out during that initial interview, well, she could almost raise her hand this high, or maybe a little higher, with the help from the other hand. And I went back and picked her up, and her only comment was, wow, he really worked me over. Of course, my mother is at the point, particularly with her state of mind, that any attention was great. So this was pretty good with her. The second session, the second or third session, I'm not sure which, Kent asked her, well, how far can you lift your arm? And she goes, well, I can only lift it up to here. True story, I'm not exaggerating. And something happened along the way because she started sleeping again. The pain from her vertebrae in her back had lessened enough for her to sleep. Now, she